Yo, Marvel fans, what's up? It is your boy Armand here again for E equals MCU. And word in these internet streets is that the Marvel Netflix shows are headed to Disney Plus on March 16th. That is right. So, I know this has been reported a couple of times, but I wanted to give my take on it and why I think this is probably the biggest thing or most interesting thing of the year thus far. And that really more so has to do with how these shows will be incorporated onto Disney Plus. Now, as we know, and there's a couple things I'm going to point out here, these shows are, I believe all of the shows are TVMA, and that's mature. As of right now, Disney Plus does not have any TVMA shows or anything so far, at least in the US. Now, I know in some countries they have the Star brand and they combine their more mature adult things through that. But and to be fair, the report did say in Canada, so we're assuming that this is going to go across the board. But one thing to point out here is that they do have Hulu, but they don't have full stake and ownership of Hulu until the contract for Universal, I believe it's Universal, or is it Comcast? I think it's Universal. They still have like 15 or 20% ownership. So that's the reason why you haven't seen Disney just totally take over Hulu. I suspect what they will do is actually just fold Hulu into Disney Plus and then raise the price to what we're paying for the total package. So it'll be like $15-16. It'll be comparable to Netflix at that point, but they have to wait until Universal's contract expires, which I believe is 2023 or 2024. So that might be the reason why these shows are not going to Hulu. The other thing is they want to grow the Disney Plus brand. So under the Marvel section, what makes this interesting to me is that under the Marvel section, you have your Marvel Legacy movies, which we know are all multiverse movies, which we also know now are all pretty much going to be, if not already, canonized through the multiverse saga that they're going through right now. But as far as the mainline MCU, I think a lot of people feel like these Netflix shows are mainline MCU. And the reason why is because we just got Charlie Cox, Daredevil, and Spider-Man, and we just got Vincent D'Onofrio, Kingpin, and Hawkeye. So that's what, to me, makes this a very interesting choice, because when these shows pop up on Disney Plus, are they going to be under the Marvel Cinematic Universe brand or under the Marvel TV shows? And the difference is, like, for instance, Hawkeye, WandaVision, they're all under Marvel TV shows, but they're also under the Marvel Cinematic Universe. See, the whole thing about this whole canon thing is that with Disney Plus, they tell you what's canon. They specifically have a section that says Marvel Cinematic Universe, and in that, I would like to add, it does have the one-shots that they shot throughout the years under the Marvel Cinematic Universe brand in order of when they happen in the timeline. And that's interesting just because I know there was a report that Agent Carter was canon, but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was not, and that was like late last year. It's interesting because they have Agent Carter's TV show under the TV shows and not under the cinematic universe, but they do have her one shot under the cinematic universe. So maybe that is what they're referring to as far as being canon. So with these TV shows, it raises two questions in mind for me. One, will they be under the Marvel Cinematic Universe branding and get a actual mainline continuity, MCU time brand, or they just be under the TV shows? And I suspect they'll just be under the TV shows. The other aspect to this is will there be some sort of code or something you have to access to get to these shows? Like, will they be just accessible to anyone who's on the Marvel section? And that's the part that also intrigues me, because that'll let you know how they plan on handling these shows going forward. They were talking about Moon Knight kind of pushing the brand, not quite TVMA, but I think it was like, the next tier down So they may be looking to go more edgier with a lot of their stuff anyways. And that bodes well for good news for a potential Daredevil continuation over season 4 going forward. But I would like to know, what do you guys think? And not even just about the continuity or anything, but just, do you think that these are going to get cinematic universe branding, or is it just under TV shows? And what does that mean? And do you think they'll get incorporate some sort of code to access these shows? That's really the question going forward. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.